And so it continues on and on. We should be in a half decent position. As mentioned at the top of the stream, I would normally have gone through this area of the game before making our way through hell. So we're actually almost in a better position than I've ever been previously while trying to get through to the pan runes. But we're not going to rely on that too much. Keep our wits about us, make sure that we're not getting overconfident here, and do our very best against each and every one of these buddies as we pick up an acquirement scroll. RF, Slay +2, and Stealth. Don't think the Book of Unlife has anything that we don't know. Animate Dead. Level 4 Necromancy spell. I think we're okay without that, so we'll hold off for the time being. And otherwise it's mostly looking like that ring. I guess that's kind of better than Gupnux here. Why the heck not? Oh, of course enemies show up right as we try and do that. Oh, and the Sentinel's Mark forms on us. That's not fun. We'll definitely have to take some precautions here, as all of the enemies with the ability to dig, which includes Cacodemons as well as Noleg themselves, come grinding out of the walls here, peering out of the woodwork. Oh geez. Surprised we're not already just mutated to heck here. If we start to see Noleg and we're not prepared for it, we will probably, or prepared for them I should say, we will probably just quickly read Teleport Scroll. Yeah, wow. Definitely coming in hot here. We gained Berserkitis as well as lower magical capacity, neither of which is fantastic for us. Should have done this earlier, but I read a Scroll of Fog just to limit the sheer number of enemies that have view of us at any time, and hello! There you are, friend. Demon Lord of Chaos themselves. ADOM. Unfortunately, the mark is still on us. I wonder how many turns of that are left. I'm going to read a teleport now before we lose the ability to read scrolls or something silly like that. Now I'm going to follow that up with Quick Manifold Assault. This didn't quite take us far enough away to be completely safe, but we can run away from that spot because it was only a couple of turns before the effect disappeared, so maybe, just maybe, we'll be okay. What did happen there? Potions are less effective at restoring your health. Not the greatest, but that shouldn't be too bad. I don't actually think... Well, I don't know if that affects Potion Petition. I know in general, Potion Petition avoids most negative potion effects, such as the fact that mummies can actually use Potion Petition. It's why Gozag is actually a pretty solid choice if you're trying to take a mummy into the extended late game. But for that one, could be a bit of an edge case. Hopefully we don't find out the hard way, that'd be nice. Our Screamitis gets worse, of course. We also lose our statue form, but I mean, most of these enemies are less worried about AC and much more concerned with just mutating the ever-living heck out of us, so that should be okay. And we gain statue form just in time for the Tentacled Monstrosity. Not too bad. Berserkitis finally kicking in there. Let's see how things went worse, because I think we gained another stack of Berserkitis in that last little bit. I mean, I'm probably going to drink a mutation potion. I'm going to hate if it gets rid of our stability mutation here, but at the end of the day, we have a lot of negative things affecting us right now, so let's do it. Urge Scream lessens and we feel more energetic. Not too bad. A couple of the bad ones taken away. Let's do another. Little less angry, and our system now accepts healing potions. Again, better. Still, you tend to lose your temper in combat. Could end poorly for us. We berserk at the wrong moment. That'll be absolutely brutal. But is at least slightly more manageable. So, we'll hide in our little corner here. Trying to heal up as much as we can. I don't have enough magic for that, but hey, this buddy just malmutates us, so we don't actually need statue form. So we resist like 2-3 mutations in a row. Very fortunate. Gives us a nice opportunity to heal up, and let's go find ourselves a Panlord, shall we? Ah. I know we were just saying that we wanted to find a Panlord, but hello, Nolig. Can I smack you with this? 1, 2, 3. Hey, I'll take it. Now you, friend. I don't remember seeing these before. And I've definitely gone through Nolig's realm a few times. Again, have I just been fortunate or unfortunate, depending on how you want to look at it, in the past? Or is this new? Who knows? But an Eldritch Tentacle. Very cool. I like it thematically. That's very sweet. So this is an area that we'll be tempted to leave, but of course we do have to grab that rune before we can manage our escape. Very important that we do so. I feel like it would be very fitting for us to end this entire run just by me forgetting to pick up a rune after killing the Panlord in question. That would be super fun. Not at all maddening and disappointing. And actually, with that turn, I think I just confirmed something that I was curious about. Though I'm not sure if I tabbed or casted Manifold Assault. I've always been curious if Berserkitis can be triggered by Manifold Assault, because it is, in some ways, a melee attack. Yes, probably not, and I was probably just hitting auto fight, hey? So you wouldn't think you can activate Berserk with a spell. Definitely seems counterintuitive to some degree at the very least. But I believe Nolig came out from down here somewhere. It's hard to tell when they came crawling out of the walls at us. Ah, yeah, no, I was very much wrong. This looks like a more bespoke living quarters of sorts. Oh. I would like to go back this way, please, game. Not too shabby. Again, out this way would be fantastic. Is this Nolig's home? Indeed it is. And there we go, getting the glowing rune, bringing us up yet another tick in our journey here, up to 10 runes. Not too bad. And then onwards and upwards we go. I guess instead of exploring the rest of this area, I might get the heck out of here. Sure, we could pick up a couple things here or there, but one of the things that we are very likely to pick up here and there are more mutations. And that's not what we're hoping for at this stage in our lives. We've had enough of that crap in our past, and kind of sick of it. Stone form just in case. And come on, stop. Sirs, please. Just give me a moment. Please. Guess even before we leave the area here, we could do another run at getting rid of mutations, and in fact, let's do so now. Drink a couple more potions, feel a little more calm, Urge Shout disappears, and we feel frail. Oof. Did get rid of Berserkitis, so that's good. But frailty, once again, is not something I feel like working with. So we feel robust and then feel frail once more, as well as feeling weak. What a roll. One more time, maybe? Feel clever, feel robust, feel stronger, feel weaker. That should be completely dealable, even the magical capacity being low. I'll take it at this point. That's just about as good as it gets. Let's get the heck out of here. Ooh. And we get the disco floor. So this one has a powerful Pandemonium Lord, of course, and this is where we can find the demonic rune. So as mentioned earlier, the demonic rune is one that we could actually bail out of. If we so desire, we can just head the heck out of here. No harm, no foul. But it can show up on a multitude of different styles of floors. But hey, we're here now. I feel like we might as well get it, especially since this doesn't seem too bad, all things considered. Painful touch? not too shabby. Iron Shot, of course, hits pretty hard, but we can probably deal with that. Might not be able to do capacitive coupling here, but we should be able to deal with that a bit better than normal. So, I think without further ado, let's just start blasting. And use Manifold Assault to start out, see how that treats us. Not doing a huge number on a lot of these enemies. Not gonna lie, I was expecting a bit more pizzazz when we started the attacks there, but let's Potion Petition. And I was looking for some mixture of haste, heal wounds, whatnot. And magic, rather. We don't really need heal wounds. Magic would be nice, but not necessary, so I might go with the haste and brilliance plan. That way we're going to be hitting super often here, as well as hitting a bit harder. Or I guess spending less mana to do so is the better wording there, because that's actually correct in what we are doing. We could try Dispersal and see if it's an effective strategy. We're not in a huge amount of danger right now, and I have kept it around up until now, so why the heck not? Let's check it out. Knock everyone away, I guess, does give us slightly worse odds of getting Damnation sent our way, but we should be able to take out these enemies relatively quickly. Why are none of my hits going through, sir? Maybe it was Akubi's refrigeration? It's not like we have to manually drink potions. We do have Potion Petition. Let's try it out, shall we? Quick check as to where exactly that's placed, but it'll hopefully take care of some of these fire-themed buddies that are being a pain in the rear. And let's do it one more time, see how that treats us. Brimstone Fiend should be knocked out of the running, and indeed they are. Oh wow, but quite the party is on its way. So, I'm going to Potion Petition, looking for some combination of healing and magic. We don't get it, but we do get a decent amount of healing. Let's do that. And, worried about statue form running out. Otherwise, we would probably Ozakuba's refrigeration one more time here. If just because we want to take care of the Hellion. I guess this hits middle though. Very resistant to cold. Gonna have a bit more trouble there. Also, I didn't realize unknown commands don't cause time to pass, but it makes the disco lights dance a little bit. That's kind of cool. Have a party of our own here. But okie dokie, you know what? We're in a bit of a crowd. Let us start blasting. We do of course get cold clouds, which is exactly what we were kind of avoiding a moment ago, but that should be okay. And I think I will use Manifold Assault just to try and take care of the Middle and the Hellion as soon as possible, as well as this Demon Blade of Distortion. I don't actually want to be sent to the Abyss at all at the moment. So, let's try and avoid that, shall we? We might need a little bit more magic. Let's do it. One more petition of the potion variety here, and we'll grab haste, re-up on that, I think. You know, we could get heal wounds, curing, and magic. Probably not even necessary. Oh, but cheaper. So never mind, we're gonna go with option B here. Check out what's behind door number 2. What's my favorite race? I would probably say Gnolls. I love the open-ended nature of them, especially when you take them into the late game, or when you happen to be worshipping Ashen Zari, and you get access to even the late game spells thanks to the skill boosts or the sheer amount of experience. But there's something just innately satisfying about being able to use every tool you pick up. Nothing's blocked off from you. And to kind of experiment and jump around a little bit. I have a lot of fun with Gnolls. But that is definitely just a hard question in general, because there are a lot of really fun species in the game, and there are a decent number of species that I've never actually played around too much with. So that was part of my impetus for starting to get into my Great Player series, where I'm trying to get a win with every species, is to just force myself for a little bit to actually experiment and get a bit of an idea as to how all of the different options play out. I think it's really fun. Interesting. Looks like just everything is branded distortion in this branch, which makes sense. It's a bit of a chaotic area. It's cute theming, I like it. I'm curious if there are special rules in place about abyss banishment from weapons in the area here. In general, of course, one of the only ways to get out of here is either, or I guess all the ways to get out of Pandemonium in the first place is to find a gateway out, which is a bit of a rarity and is no way guaranteed to show up anywhere, or maybe just with very specific conditions. Or alternatively, you can actually find gateways to the Abyss in Pan. And if you manage to head down to the Abyss and make your way out in one piece, you do in fact get to head on home. Guessing this? No, this is not where the rune is. That's actually the way out of here. Something that I've failed to mention before this point is the simple fact that each and every time you go through a pan portal, you do end up randomly placed in the floor that you come out on. So that definitely means that sometimes you'll be put in a random corner somewhere, and other times, like we saw in this case, you'll be placed right smack dab in the middle of the rune vault with the Pan Lord. Fortunately, that is all good for us, and we shall just try and finish everybody off here looking for that gosh darn rune. Where are you? Maybe somewhere on the dance floor? There she is. Another rune under the belt here. Definitely pick that bad boy up. Might as well go around picking up everything else as well. Should probably just drop those potions of mutation. Or rather, berserk, sorry. So I don't see too much value in sticking around with that. And okay. Another rune under our belt. I guess there's nothing to do but to keep portal hopping here. Immediately running into yet another one of the bespoke branches. Not too bad. Well, this one has Glork's Block, who, as you can see there, the dark rune, definitely implies something on its own, so we're going to switch over to resistance to negativity here. Especially since, am I only wearing one ring? Whoops. Turns out I am very dumb sometimes, but you all knew that. Definitely not hitting it too much in the past. We're starting to gain a whole lot of magic mapping scrolls, so I feel a little bit better about using one of those bad boys here. That will immediately send us off in the right direction. Don't have to worry about trolling through the level looking for our fortress here. And in fact, now that we're in the section of mention, let's just block off the entrance, and that way we can use auto explore without sending ourselves painfully off course. And perfect. In general, we're just slowly but surely gaining resources left and right here. Definitely appreciate it a whole lot. Pandemonium. It is 11 of 15 now. Thank you. Would have had to skip a number again. Oh me, oh my. Let's not do that. But we are definitely trucking along here. Let's not run away from a hasted executioner. That seems stupid. Mostly because it is, of course. Don't do that at home, kids. Where are you, Glorks? Hello, friend. So we take a quick peek at yet another one of our lovely friends here. As to be expected, big health pool. Who knew? On top of that, though, we see that Symbol of Torment is on the list, as well as Dispel Undead, so there's no real good way around that, even if we had Necro Mutation memorized, which, of course, has completely slipped my mind. Might be useful to have that at least in our spell list here. Alternatively, Poison Arrow shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. Miasma Breath, same thing. We have 3 pips of RN. Shouldn't be a problem. Summon Executioners, however, might mean that we're not quite as comfortable in our ability to snipe this son of a gun. But we can immediately bring in an Evil Twin, And then we'll Manifold Assault a couple times. In fact, this is going surprisingly well. I almost don't even want a Capacitive Coupling, but we're going to. And hopefully none of these Executioners come next to us. Fortunately, we have a couple allies of our own that will potentially prevent that from happening. It's looking like Capacitive Coupling is still gonna turn out. Ooh, we have a tie, folks. Let's see what it hits. Ah, didn't hit Glorx. But pretty close to dead. Take a look at resistances here. Does have resistant to cold, but we could try Nozakubus. I guess what's your odds of evading me? 11%? These buddies hit pretty hard. Let's go for a Manifold Assault. You managed to scratch the son of a gun. That's not quite enough. We'll slash once. Probably can afford to slash once more. Now things start to get a little bit sketchier. Do we want to bother? We have a lot of hits coming in, to say the very least. Probably would have been better off just teleporting away or blinking back already by this stage, but I was pushing my limits a little bit, to say the least. So let's do one potion petition, looking for some healing potentially. Lignification is interesting. Probably don't want to do it. I'm so tempted to, because it will give us a little bit of extra health as well as mind resistance, and I think we can beat this fight. But if things go poorly, we no longer have the option to blink, which sucks. So we'll probably just go for the haste, as well as resistance and brilliance here. And now we'll get a couple more attacks per turn. Of course, the first strike after we waste some money takes him out, but hey, still no complaints here. That's yet another rune added to our list, and you can see that these are starting to roll in hot and fast. I mean, if we'd come here before Hells, we might have had a bit more trouble, been dealing with things a little bit more harshly, or had to deal with things a little bit more harshly, but fortunately, with the stage we're at now and how powerful this character is on top of that, not having too much trouble. So hopefully we can continue that trend and save as many lives as possible for the gosh darn tomb, because that's going to be a nightmare. We also explored randomly, but we have the area mapped out, so we should probably just head right back to a gate here and do a quick check. We got the 12. Do a quick change. Pop that onto all your screens here. Even do another look. See Dark Rune. Perfect. Good to go. And let's head on out, shall we? Dang, so it looks like this is just a random section of Pan. It's too bad because we were on a little bit of a roll there, and I was hoping to just absolutely run with that, but hey. Beggars can't be choosers, and all that matters is that we live, really. Let's not be too hasty here. We've mastered air magic. Right. Skills are a thing. Kind of just been going on autopilot. Well, might as well just put on a few now. There's nothing in particular that we really need to make it through. Maybe if we were going into like a Mega Ziggurat character where we wanted to continually make our way through all those bad boys, we'd care a little bit more, but as is, it's not too big of a deal for us to just gone out. And I believe this was just regular floor. I'm so worried now that I missed a message, and I'm second guessing myself. I always forget the hotkey to see the text log pulled up in full here, but unfortunately, don't know how easy it is to get there. If I quickly pop into here, I guess for any of you who don't know before, question mark is a good way to get all the hotkeys at your disposal. That is, of course, if you don't have a lovely chat sitting around. Thank you so much, Egley. Let's pull that up and take a quick peek of when we got here. There's the Balrog. I believe this was all in the area here. Should I go too far? Executioners, I think, is too far. but I didn't see any special messages on the way. So I think we are okay. Again, apologize for the delay here, but I'm panicked. Gonna get we lean to another region of the abyss. I'm not seeing it here, so I think we are a-okay. It turns into a 14 rune run, you know who to blame. But no, I'm not seeing any of the special messages, and I did just scroll back far enough to see you pick up the dark rune up here, so I believe we are okay. Wow, why can't I find when we went through? Huh. Maybe I can't read today? Is that it? Pass into a different region of the abyss. Or have pandemonium, rather. That's the one. Silly old me. Let's get the heck out of here. Pass into a different region. Ooh. And this is the Holy Temple thingamabob. So if we hadn't already found ourselves picking up the demonic rune, this is actually another one of the special layouts that has access to it. I mean, we probably won't have too much trouble finding through this area, but I'm tempted to just read a magic mapping so we can get the heck out of here. We're likely to run into a seraph, as well as a whole assortment of annoying holy-based enemies. I mean, the last time I went through the 15 rune process, I was playing on a demon spawn, so it was definitely a bit bigger of a deal to come across this area. But I still don't necessarily want to face through it unnecessarily. Definitely threw different conjugations of necessary into that sentence too many times. Always bugs me when I do that. No reason, really. But maybe we will explore a little bit, I guess. There's good treasure to be found. Could be worth it. And, as mentioned, we shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with most of these enemies. Thankfully, we are not an undead critter, and we have many useful spells at our disposal. Hello, friend. Ah, Deva as well. Right, of course, as we run out of magic points. That's fine. I'm kind of unnecessarily using Manifold Assault when I should probably just be dealing with, especially a single enemy that pops up. Should deal with that in the normal way. Unless, of course, we have Rings of Holy Fire preventing us from doing so. Hello, friends. Goodbye, friends. Let us continue on here. Ooh, Scroll of Summoning. Hat that we can never wear. Very cool. Oh, we're not in statue form. I was wondering why that hurt so much. That makes sense. Don't do that, kids. In fact, almost did it again. I think we're in the final section here, which means I'm guessing Seraph is chilling somewhere. That's fine, though. We will just use Manifold Assault as necessary, and there's a Seraph. Wielding the Great Mace, the +7 Great Mace of a Labyrinth. Interesting. I don't even know if a portal to a different realm of Pan can appear in the castle. I would think so, right? Huh. Well, in any case, let's maybe wait a turn here. I wanted to try and double you up with Phantom Mirror, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. So, you could condense your vein. Most elements here are completely useless, but if we get cold or acid, those are both pretty solid. Regardless, I guess we have tons of money. Let's potion petition. Might as well play it safe. Get haste, curing, and magic. Perfect. That's almost essentially exactly what we were looking for. You really have no cold resistance, hey? Huh. Seems like the wrong call, friend. Do any of you? I guess that's kind of an undead trait, but still. I think a bit short-sighted. So let's blast a couple of times here, and then I think I will use my Phantom Mirror on the Seraph friend here. And now we will simply use Manifold Assault so that we don't accidentally hit our own Seraph. Perfect. Thank you, friend. You did wonderfully. Not too bad. Hello, Apis, probably, now that I think about it. So this is going to be the main treasure vault, but I'm also curious if there's a gateway. Ah, there's a gateway out of Pan here. Huh, that's kind of cool. Again, these are fairly rare to see, but I'm guessing, now that I've witnessed it, and maybe through partial memory coming back to me, I think this is one of the few areas that is guaranteed to have a passage out, maybe at the end of the fortress here. But let us probably not even bother. I mean, I guess we could just pop out and back in, and that's a free portal, as it were. But hey, it's free experience to go meandering about a little bit. So let's just take a peek around. We should be okay to fight most of the threats here, seeing as how we already did take out one of the greater variety in that department. And let's just wander around a bit, looking for a portal. For all I know, though, there isn't even one anywhere, and I'm gonna look like a fool when we just have to go back to that gateway out and jump out and back in. Again, magic mapping scroll could get us out of this problem, but might as well save those. Wow, another gate out. Interesting. Don't smite me, friends. Stop. Stop. Jeez Louise. Some of the more damage than we've ever taken, but there we go. We found our portals to alternate realms here. Let's get going. Ah, the magical rune is in this branch here. Not too bad. Let us start our exploration. I guess this is somewhere where we do feel dignified or okay with using one of our runes. It looks like we are spawned pretty close to the final section. And I believe this is this the bomb? The bang bang diggity here? Let us scroll back up. Yes, Lam Laban indeed. I do actually want to do a quick refresher on what exactly you do, because I'm curious if Tornado will cancel our charge up. It at least makes it more likely that we'll end up next to some enemy other than Lam, I guess. So I think we're gonna just try and jump in here, use capacitive coupling, and hope that it hits before Tornado gets cast. Laban also, of course, has Glaciate, so that's going to be a lot of cold damage coming our way. So I believe we will switch out our necklace here for that cold resistance buddy. And on top of that, we'll switch out our ring for our good old pal, Ice Ring here. Actually, do you know what? No, let's go with Zaxit instead, just in case there's a single enemy that lobs fire. We might as well not have to deal with vulnerability in any department unless strictly necessary. Hello, my draconian friend. And yet another draconian friend. And it looks like we're going to be hopping pretty much straight into this fight. Gonna finish clearing up the stragglers in sight range here. Wait for Statue Form to run out, and let's do this. Come on. There she is. Hello, Lam. Ah, Tornado has been cast. But I don't know if it takes effect in the corridor here. Regardless, let's try out capacitive coupling. I'm so sorry, pal. Omawa Shindaru teleports behind you. Absolutely destroy that Panlord. It's not even fair, really. as I'll continue to remark, because it's impressive to me every single time. Maybe it's just because I never did fool around with absolute zero, so I wasn't quite prepared and ready for how ridiculous this was going to be. Wait, where do you keep your rune, friend? Did I already pick it up without even noticing, maybe? That's not the right button. Let's go here. No, magical Rune of Zot still lying around somewhere, so let's auto-explore. You not guard it yourself? Is it like somewhere random on your level? Ah, no, of course. There was one of those corners I didn't check. When in doubt, I'm just dumb. You'd think I would have learned that lesson by now. But still, obviously not too shabby here. One of the few Panlords that I was really worried about, just because they might negate our strongest weapon, turns out to just not be the case. So I'll take it. Let's keep going. Immediately get the realm of Serabov. Okay. Okay, dokie indeed. Guess I never used this ring or scroll of acquirement, hey? Maybe we'll bring it up top though. We'll give it to somebody who really needs it. I'm sure there's somebody in our cat colony who's been just itching to read one of those. They're not very common outside the dungeon. I don't know if you knew that, but not many people do, I guess. But very little known fact. Also, I've started exploring, but we're not ready yet. Let's switch back to our old necklace here, and on top of that, we want to switch over to our resistance to fire ring. Where did you go? Because I picked up a ring to replace our last one, right? Did I end up dropping that? Oh no, that's bad. I think I dropped it thinking it was a useless ring, but it was just that it had no downsides and our previous fire ring had downsides. So this is gonna be real interesting. Almost definitely gonna be resorting to a potion of resistance here, to say the very least. But oh me oh my. Okay, Serabov. Let's get ready to dance, you and I. The main things to take in mind is Firestorm is an 8d16 and 8d17. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And this is what I was thinking about earlier. Antaeus, I've confirmed now thanks to the wiki, Antaeus is the #1 health pool and Serabov is the #2. So it was the other Fire Lord that I was thinking of. Whoops. But this is going to get interesting. I mean, deservedly so, because we've had a bit of an easy path thus far. We definitely deserve to get a little bit of a wrench thrown into our plans. We could explore the rest of the level, crossing our fingers that we run into some fire resistance, but I think we'll just go for it. Have to believe in ourselves at some point here. Put it all on the line. I guess 8d16 would be 48 plus 80. Is that right? Is it only that much damage? That number seemed like it should have been way higher in my head. Yeah, that's just 128. Not as bad as I thought. Unfortunately, I think Firestorm does create the little vortexes, which might count as enemies for the purposes of capacitive coupling, so might be something to keep in mind as a painful symptom of some of his spells. But ideally, we can get that off, and if not, we do have multiple tools at our disposal that we haven't had to bother with a lot of these previous Panlords. Again, if we didn't have such a powerful build, I would almost consistently be using Phantom Mirrors and Summons as much as possible, even with Abjuration in effect for most of like the Hell Lords, for example. It's still generally worth it to have as many friends on screen as possible. Okie dokie, pal. Firestorm. Yeah, leaving behind short-lived fire vortices. And a portion of the damage by test is fire resistant, so we definitely don't want to be hit immediately, especially since AD32. Wait a second. Excuse me, Wiki? Did you lie to me? Is it supposed to be AD16 plus AD17? I think you lied to me. Well, regardless, Potion of Resistance, gotta be the first thing we do. Then, do we want to try one capacitive coupling? I think we do. Why do you say there's nothing susceptible in range? I guess it's probably slightly shorter range than given here, but he's going to come into range by the time it goes off, so let's start charging. Oh, it never gets old. Okay, so that's Cerebov. Very scary, as you can see. No, in all honesty, actually very, very scary. Don't want to take them lightly in the future. But I will absolutely take that for what it is. Mark that as a win column, I guess, for now. Still could get taken out even by these schlubs lying around, because if I get overconfident, I can definitely get a little bit stupid. But as is, we're definitely still happy to have picked up yet another rune, bringing us up to 14. Whoops, I skipped a number again. Ignore that. Up to 14 runes, though. Not too bad. And now it's just going to be A, getting out of here, B, tomb, and last but not least, of course, clearing through Zot, since we left that for last. If I was worried about our performance over the last sections of these games, I could have definitely gone back and cleared through at least Zot 1 through 4, gotten a decent amount of experience under our belt, potentially more items as well, never know what you might find. But we weren't too concerned, so we did just jump straight into things here. But maybe, did I do Zot 1 through 4 before tomb? I feel like no matter what, we're pretty much in as good as it gets kind of positions here. So, I might just head to tomb. Have enough mutation up. I guess, did we ever find dragon form? Not for any tactical reason or because it's smart, but because I really wanted to turn this cat into a dragon. That was like the whole reason we came down here. Dragon form. Ah, there was a book that sold it. Cool. I'm gonna go before I forget. Plus we have tons of turns here. No worries about the Zot timer as far as I'm concerned. Let's buy that son of a gun with all the ridiculous amount of money that we have. Playtime is only 13 hours. Wow, I spent 13 hours in some 3 rune runs. We really just started rocketing up after a certain point here. That's incredible. But, next up, let's go to the entrance of tomb. And this is what it all comes down to. I'm very much ready to get myself killed. This is the area that I have the least amount of experience in. I've definitely gone more 14 rune victories than I have 15, because tomb is always a bit of a pain, and if I'm just playing for my own fun and trying to get wins, I'm probably not going to bother going through tomb. It's kind of sketch. But that's what we're here for today, so we definitely just have to put on our big kid pants and head down here. Of course, to start off, we'll be reading a Scroll of Amnesia, Regain Sticky Flame, that we never ended up even using. Don't die. We'll do our very best. And yes, as long as everyone collectively crosses their fingers, prays with us, I'm sure we'll be able to bring Covil 91 through in one piece. And we'll need to forget one more spell, of course. Let us go with... I mean, something like Ignite Poison doesn't really have as much of a use case anymore at this stage, but we will do Passage of Galubria. Because at least, maybe with like Draconian packs, we might want to go for the old OTR Ignite Poison combo. Any zigs? Like, do we plan to do any, or have we done any? Because we haven't done any. Do we plan to do any? Might leave that up to audience decision. In general, probably feeling relatively comfortable getting through at least one, but it will definitely get tricky at some points, and I'm sure there will be some close calls. So it's definitely whether we really want that 15 rune win here, or if we want to have a little bit of fun with it at the end. Maybe if you have an opinion, definitely let me know in chat. Closer to, after we maybe survive 2, we'll see how it goes. Well, you could even hold a poll or something like that. For the time being, let us get ready to go here. We have all the tools at our disposal that we should need. Necromutation is a good get, to say the least. On top of that, lots of blinking scrolls, lots of summoning scrolls if we just need to fill the air. Lots of tools at our disposal, at the very least.